If you are watching, you are ready to make a change. So let's get started and set you up for success. Setting yourself up for success starts in your home. Your home is your safe space. And if you don't live alone, you might think, my home is not my safe space. It's actually the exact opposite. Well, we're going to talk about ways to make it your safe space. The reason your home is your safe space is because ultimately you can control the way that things are organized or that come in through the door and enter into your fridge, freezer, or pantry. You cannot control that in an office environment, at a friend or a family member's house, or at a bar or a restaurant. So your home is your safe space. So you need to create your space. By creating your space, for one, the kitchen. The three spaces in the kitchen are your fridge, your freezer, and your pantry. Going first into the fridge, if you take a look at your fridge currently, and depending on your living situation, you could have your condiments in the drawers, your fruits and vegetables tucked, hidden away, and you might have leftovers or cake or who knows what front and center because it's just set right there. And that's right in your vision and your guideline eye when you're opening your fridge. What we want to do is we want to make it to where if you have foods that have to stay in your house, but you know that you have a hard time controlling yourself around that specific food because you overeat or it triggers something in you to where you want more of it and you cannot say no if you see it. Those are the things that you're going to tuck into those drawers or put on maybe the very bottom shelf in the back, or even utilize wax paper or tin foil or any type of container that you have to have that food out of sight, out of mind. It's going to help with 80% of the situation of controlling your space and making your home your safe zone. Have those fruits and vegetables up on the shelf. Sure, they're fruit and vegetable drawers, but who says you cannot have those right there on that middle shelf? Have the leftovers and all of the dairy products or your trigger foods tucked away in those drawers so you're not seeing those. Go into your freezer. What is right there? Is it a container of ice cream and ice cream bars and maybe a frozen pizza is right on top? And you know maybe you had a bag of broccoli in there or maybe some frozen fruit, but it's probably fallen to the bottom and you can't even see it. And you're starving right now, so you're just going to pull out that frozen pizza because you don't even have the time or the patience to look for that broccoli. Make sure that those food items, the broccoli, the frozen fruit, if you have any frozen meals that you have to help you with your quick meals versus a frozen pizza or ice cream, make sure those are front and center so your mind and your vision goes right there to have those first. And then we're going to go into the pantry or the drawers or the cabinets or wherever you are keeping food. There's typically, pastas, flours, cans, sauces, cookies, chips, maybe your favorites. If you live with others, maybe their favorites. The same process. For one, if it's there and you know that it's a trigger food and you cannot control yourself with it, around it at this moment, waste or waste. And this is something that is always stuck in my mind, and this is why I have this on here for you, is because we look at things often and say, oh, I don't want to throw this away, or it's not good to throw away food. It's going to go in one of the wastes. Pick which waste that you want it to go into. When you are looking at your pantry, if there are chips, and maybe you like to have chips and you want to snack around on chips at night and you don't have an issue with overindulging in chips, it's totally fine to keep those. They don't have to be front and center. If you live with others, maybe they can have a shelf or a drawer or a container, or you can have your very own container or shelf or drawer. And what that's also going to do is, for one, it's going to do the out of sight, out of mind. But also, if you choose to go outside of your area that you have created for your space, for your safe zone, it's going to be a decision that you are going to be aware that you are making, and you are going to have to think about it. All of these changes, and you are setting yourself up for success, is to make you mindful and conscious that you are creating this space and you are in control. And the last one is communicate. If you live by yourself, you've got to be honest with yourself, put Post-it notes up and communicate why you're doing this, what you're doing, and have it be open and visible to yourself so you don't forget, because you can forget as well. But if you do live with others, a spouse, a roommate, children, family, whoever it may be, communicate to them why you're doing what you're doing. And I can guarantee that they will be respectful and help and understand that you're doing this for you. And in this specific situation, it's okay to be a little selfish if you say, hey, I know you like to keep this tub of ice cream right here, but we're going to keep it down here under the broccoli for a while. They'll understand. Communicate, be honest, be open, and set yourself up for success. If you want to go more in depth regarding controlling what you can control, or portions, or food prep, I do have other videos. Or you can set up a consultation to do one-on-one coaching so we can work together to customize and work on your specific goals for your specific lifestyle. Thank you for watching.